My name's Matt Benyon. I'm a first degree black belt under Jeff Lawson at Ippon. Today we're rolling with Chase.
What's going on, people? The wait is finally over. Back, season 3 of Road to Black Belt, and what a way to kick it off. I'm here, Matt Benyon, down at Paraestra Poole. Let's get straight into this. All right, Baba. Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
No worries, thanks, mate.
So let's start straight. How did you get into Jiu Jitsu?
I was living in Australia, which is another story entirely, but I was in Australia and I was obsessed with Kung Fu.
Okay, yeah.
And I was training that like as seriously as you can train Kung Fu, I suppose. Like I was in the academy all day, every day. And there was like a Japanese girl there that was really into Kyokushin, karate, but she loved K1. And she gave me all the like K1 tapes and watched all of them. I became kind of obsessed with it. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was a real spectacle, you know,
Yeah.
massive arenas and these like amazing athletes. Watched all the K1s and then I said, have you got anything else? And she gave me Pride. And I was like, okay, I'll watch that. Became obsessed with Pride. And then pretty quickly after watching K1 and Pride, realized that Kung Fu was bullshit.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, where's all the Kung Fu guys? Oh, they're not really doing this.
Yeah.
So I think I was most impressed by the Jiu Jitsu guys.
Yeah.
But I also liked the striking stuff. I did a bit of Muay Thai, literally only like a few sessions. But Jiu Jitsu. I found a gym. It was a tiny little gym in a like a weightlifting gym. The guy that owned it was a purple belt, and we'd like push things out of the way and then put mats down
and just
train 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, nice.
And that was it. Yeah, that was the beginning.
Cool. So how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu now?
I think it's 20 years. Yeah, which is crazy.
Big dedication.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool. What would you say has been the hardest part of your journey?
Probably getting spanked by sorry, I keep swearing, by 17 and 18-year-old blue belts in the gym all the time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a constant kind of reality check, I guess. But no, it's not really, I don't find it hard. I really enjoy it.
No, yeah. That's good. All right. And on the other side of that, what would you say has been the best part of your journey so far?
Probably the community around the gyms that I've been in.
Yeah.
Like the people there, the training. That's my favorite thing. Yeah, because with work, like I see a lot of the other side of it, you know, the business side of it.
Yeah, of course.
Which you can get a bit cynical about, but then, you know, going to the gym is always really nice.
It's always, yeah. No, amazing. You touched on the business side of it. When you started with Scramble and whatnot, was you already in jiu-jitsu quite deep, or was it like, I've got sort of a plan for this, I want to... Does it make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Probably similar to you in a way, like find a hobby that you like and then you start trying to build things around it that you can get into and enjoy and make something out of. I'm just trying to think now. So I guess if Scramble's 15 years old, Scramble started in 2009 and at that point I was a purple belt.
Okay, yeah, so it's quite far into your journey already.
Yeah, I was pretty committed to jiu-jitsu at that point and I was dreaming of like making a business out of this hobby that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. And where did... We'll touch a little bit back on Scramble. Where did it come from? Where did the idea? So like you're training, obviously there's already gear out there you can get. Why did you decide to make Scramble?
There wasn't a lot of gear around at the time. Yeah. And there was like 1 or 2 sort of karate brands, I guess, that had decided that they could just repurpose their factories into jiu-jitsu gis.
Yeah.
There were, I think Tatami was there just a little bit ahead of us. But I'd been living in Japan and there they had like a well-established industry around jiu-jitsu. Cool brands. They had so much stuff. They had like 3 or 4 incredible monthly magazines that were on like national
that's
news
cool.
agents.
Yeah,
They're way ahead of us in terms of like martial arts stuff, and brands that were really cool, like brands that existed. They kind of straddled the streetwear, and like they were like real brands that were involved in jiu-jitsu.
Cool.
And I thought, and that didn't exist in the UK, so I was like, maybe I can do something like that. Yeah.
I now look at it.
Yeah.
Quality. No, that's amazing. All right. Well, with jiu-jitsu, back to jiu-jitsu, what would you say has been your hardest belt?
Probably brown belt.
Really?
Yeah, because I went from I was a white belt in Australia. I moved to Japan. I got blue belt and purple belt, and that was I enjoyed that because I had a coach that was like he was a really good coach, but he also basically forced me to compete all the time, and he forced everybody to compete.
Yeah.
And I'm not a natural competitor. Like I've only competed a few times since I've been back in the UK. So from blue belt to purple belt, it was like train, compete all the time, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then I came back to the UK. I sort of struggled to find the same type of instruction. And like it's just a different attitude towards competing. It's like you can do it if you want. If that's not your thing, you don't have to do it. I need somebody to tell me that
you need to do it. Sort of thing. Yeah.
And then I struggled. Just also like the level was quite actually decent in the UK, and people were like stronger and bigger, and I had to put on a bunch of weight. So yeah, brown belt was tough. And then I swapped gyms and I went to Ippon.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a shock, but I knew it would be. That's the reason that I moved, is that I need to just focus on trying to get better.
Yeah.
And I could feel myself improving. And then I think I lost a match. Then I did another competition and I lost, but very narrowly. And I started to think like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this now. I'm getting back into this feeling.
Yeah.
And then I got my black belt. And I was like, fuck, I was just getting used to it.
It starts again.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I've had one match at black belt, which I thought I won, but I lost on an advantage. So yeah, that's it.
No, but still, with competing, did you ever really get nervous, like
Oh yeah, I hate it.
How did you deal with them? Or if you did deal with them?
I had a pretty good routine in Japan. I just used to go for a run and to be like positive self-affirmation.
Yeah.
And I would do enough that if I lost, it wasn't because I didn't do enough.
Yeah.
So that's the way to not feel that like those nerves, is just to, or not to not feel them, but to know that you've done everything that you could.
Can possibly, No, that makes sense. Sort of similar with any fighting sports, I suppose, or any sport, to be honest. As long as you know you've trained as hard as you can train, then you've put it all out there, and there's nothing you can do really. Okay, so you travelled quite a bit. Where would you say is the toughest place you've trained jiu-jitsu?
Probably. Actually, they've all been fairly similar. I did a comp class at Shaolin's gym in New York.
Okay.
And that was tough.
Yeah.
That was very tough. But like, hang on a minute, let me think.
Do you easier way. Do you seem to, is there anywhere like that you think, all right, purple belts in this country are a bit harder? Or do you know what I'm saying? Like, is the level pretty much the same? Or
yeah, I feel like it's the same. And I actually feel, I haven't been to, I don't know, AOJ's comp class. I'd probably die.
Yeah.
But in terms of like regular gyms where you just drop in and do a class, I feel like the standard is pretty consistent all over the world.
That's cool.
And like Ippon is a good standard.
Yeah.
And if you're training regularly and putting enough effort in, you can probably go to any other gym of a similar standing and be fine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's quite cool to know. Because I suppose like with a lot of other sports, and especially with social media, everyone wanting to be the person on the internet now, it almost feels like maybe one day the level might slip. Like but if it's quite still consistent all the way around.
I think jiu-jitsu is good at it just policing itself all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get found out pretty quickly.
You get found out
Yeah,
because you're
that's the
live
good thing
sparring
about
all
it.
the time.
Yeah. No, quality. All right, if it wasn't for jiu-jitsu, just jiu-jitsu, well, what do you think you'd be doing?
In terms of sports?
Yeah, hobby, anything.
Yeah. Nothing.
Really? Yeah.
I'm really glad I found jiu-jitsu because I was not into sports at all.
Okay.
Yeah, like never lifted weights, never did anything. So I'm very grateful that I stumbled into that.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's cool.
Hobbies, yeah, I'd probably find something to do with my time, but yeah, I didn't have any other sport.
Oh no, cool. So you put pretty everything into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I found a lot of people are sort of like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, jiu-jitsu is a very long journey, isn't it? And there's so much to learn in jiu-jitsu itself. I suppose you've got unlimited time to put to it, haven't you? If you've got the time, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right, just a quick random one. Have you ever thought of putting yourself on Polaris?
Only as a joke. I don't know, because tatami, it's like a partnership with the guys in tatami.
Yeah.
And Gareth was one of the owners there, and he's a black belt. And people joke like we should fight each other. But he's good, to be fair. Like we do the open mats before every Polaris, and he's pretty hard to deal with. Yeah, he does the same thing every time, or he's got a game that works really well.
You know it's coming.
I know it's coming, or like in the 4 months since I last trained with him, he's added one more thing on. Yeah.
No, amazing. Yeah. All right, and then for people like me or any other jiu-jitsu practitioners coming up, what advice would you give us?
I don't know. I guess I don't know, how serious do you want it to be? I feel like training should be training, so it doesn't matter if you're tapping or you can put yourself in a bad position and work out of it, unless you're doing competition training or specifically trying to like improve your resilience to submissions or something like that. But I feel like a lot of your time should be spent like not full porrada, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me because I've been training 20 years.
No, but yeah,
can't handle it anymore.
Yeah. No, quality. Oh, thank you for answering a few questions.
No worries.
Do you want to get into a technical side of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite type of techniques are the ones that feel like you're not putting any effort in, because then it feels like you're really doing a martial art and not just like a physical contest. So I have one sweep that when I'm playing guard, if I go on your knees. So obviously I don't want you to pass, right? That's my main goal. But if I've screwed up, so let's say we're in half guard and you're giving me loads of pressure, but all right, there's different ways to get into it. So if you're holding my leg like you're trying to pummel, right? Like you're trying to prevent me from regarding, I'm gonna clamp your wrist. Yeah. So number one, like my goal would be for you not to pass at all. Yeah. So I'd be framing and trying to make sure that you can't pass. But if I can feel that this guy's really strong, he's putting in loads and loads of effort, he's giving me loads of pressure, then I'm going to try this move. So I'll basically relax a little bit and I'll allow you to come towards me. Then I'll get real close and reach over your body. And I just do that. And that's it, right?
But
it's so easy.
Effective.
But I get this like a couple of times a week on all different shapes, sizes, experiences. So one is you're pressing that down, you're giving me loads of pressure, so I'll respond by doing it. Or if I feel like you're the kind of person that I can do it on anyway, if your hand is coming towards me like you're trying to do stuff, I'll decide to do it and I'll pin it and then I'll come up. So that was from half guard. You can also do it if you completely screw up and they've fully passed as well. That's half guard. Pin it in the crease of your hip. I get real close, go over your waist, and I'll just roll you towards the leg that's trapped. Yeah? And you can also try it as a last ditch attempt if you actually got past my legs as well. So if you did manage to to totally pass.
Yeah.
I still want that pinned. Come up real close. So even though I don't have half guard anymore. Yeah. But it's I like it because when you do it, like 9 times out of 10, the other person's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Once you're there and you feel the weight going, it's
yeah, and it doesn't require much.
I really like that.
Yeah.
It's simple but very effective. Like it. Thank you very much. You get into a light roll?
Yeah.
That's one bit of a push on. Right, there you have it. That's been me, Chase from Roaring Chase. Matt Benyon. What another way, good way to start off season 3. If you like that episode, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much, bro. I really